All right, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyways, let's get into it today. So markets here today with a really good rally. Market is set to close here in about a minute or so. And we've hit my kind of at least macro target here in the short run of 5,400. We've actually exceeded by 35 points here. So bulls having a really good day here. And right now I'm just going to stress caution and a little neutrality. So we've had a really good run up here. You guys know that I've been kind of saying we should get up into this area here. There's a lot of confluence going on at this level, and we've gotten there now. If we take the all-time high, though, and go on the 4-hour, you're going to see we actually hit the 50% fib. This is where we broke down from. And you're going to see the 618's not that far off. So right around, and there's the bell there, by the way. Right around 54.60, we'll call it. And we do have CPI tomorrow. Obviously, PPI today coming in a little bit cooler than expected, but it wasn't a massive meltdown. The previous month we had CPI and we had the first, deflation print. I use air quotes because in order for me actual deflation, we'd have to unwind 4 years of inflation. But, that's neither here nor there. But either way, the fact that it wasn't, a complete crash in that data is kind of what I think the market likes. Also positioning, right? Specifically in Mag 7. That was what led very much today. Although we did have basically almost a 90% update. Now that you can see that there. And the breadth got better as the day went on. The breadth was weak this morning. It was really just Mag 7, but specifically Mag 7 positioning, right? A lot of puts, right? A lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt. Last Monday, last week, I had people telling me that we were going to crash, and I said, no, we're not. We're already down 11% here in a very short period of time. And the SMH, right? A lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt there. Those puts that are bought for this Friday, they're decayed rapidly, right? So especially in, even the SPX, like what's a whole round number, 5,100, 5,000. If people are expecting a crash and they're buying out of the money puts, those puts are running out of, they're basically worthless at this point. So dealers buying back stock. We also, speaking of buybacks, the buyback window is now back open for corporate buybacks. So we had that as well. But Mag 7 really specifically doing well. Take a look at where we closed today on the Qs. Right into that trend line, right on the 20 moving average. We can look at the NQ as well. I talked to you guys about 19,000. That's where it went. So right into the 20 MA, right into that old trend line. Again, trend line to trend line, right? Right here, and then right into there. So we're wedged between that right now. What do I think is going to happen? I would think that we'll have some mean reversion here tomorrow. I say that though, and I'm a little bit more neutral on that. I'd rather be in kind of a wait and see mode. Couple of those reasons though, I expect mean reversion here is we just had a 300 and almost 350 point move in 7 days, and we've not pulled back. So you can call this a pullback day, but we didn't even close below the previous day low. So if we look at we just take a line here. You did not really break trend. It's been melt up. And we're going into a volatility event. So already starting to see a little complacency here. The VIX back below the 20 handle. VVIX, though, not taking out Friday's low. And it's back above 110. So we could see some mean reversion. Maybe if we gap up into the 618, could be a little bit of a gap and crap. And additionally, a lot of, this whole area here, right? Anybody that bought that dip before the FOMC that whole week, these guys are underwater. They've been bag holding. So what are you going to look to do when you get back to break even, right? They're likely going to turn into sellers. Now, I'm not necessarily saying we're going to, come here, that we're crashing or anything. But I think that we could pull back and mean revert. Another reason I say mean revert specifically is because it's OPEX week, right? So We generally don't look for big trend moves to last during OPEX. And I think if we get, we gap up tomorrow, you're going to see the headlines. Everybody's going to be talking about the lows are in. We're going back to all-time highs. You could see some short-term positioning mean reversion there. So again, I'm kind of neutral right now. We've hit my targets here. And it just kind of remains to be seen. There's still, I don't think we're out of the danger window just yet. Into the end of the week, we'll probably hold up though. Again, it's OPEX. It's very unlikely we see big sells, or I should say breakdowns during an options next week. But after that, they could open the floodgates a little bit more here. And there's still, the situation with Iran. Again, I'm not really seeing it. I know everybody else says they see it, but it's still a risk. But oil down today. And just be aware, like I was saying before, the more they talk about this, the more that it'll get priced in. So, if and when it does happen, yeah, we could see a pretty violent sell immediately, but it likely gets bought up pretty quickly. But that said, you're up 300 and something points in front of a volatility event, which is CPI. I think we could see some mean reversion, but I think a lot of people thought we would mean revert today, and that's probably why we didn't. So I know I'm not the only guy that saw 5,400, and that's why I haven't really gotten aggressive in terms of shorting. I thought that we would get, maybe a little pullback. We did take a short in the trading room. We got a little pullback, and then we went higher. So, that's, you got to protect these gains here in this environment on both sides. And, just like, seeing a lot of bears complain about it, but it's like you wouldn't be complaining if you took the gains. You got your sell. You got your really hard sell. You got to be taking gains. I said this multiple times. If you're short, you got to take gains on the way down and scale out, because this can happen. We know it's coming. You're gonna get a 300-point rally. It's just a matter of when, and you got to take those gains when you get them. Same thing on the bull side here. We just had a big move in front of CPI. A lot of people are starting to get bullish again. So maybe we pull back here tomorrow. We'll see. And again, the Q is right into that technical level. We'll see if we get a little bit of a dip. But very good day for buyers. And again, volume light, that's good for stocks. And the way the market behaved too, we went up into 5,400. This is all you got for your pullback. This is mega resistance, and that's all it got. We went up into 5,420. That's all it got, right? So the market was behaving like it doesn't care. That's usually what happens in a bull market. So, I just had that kind of really, really strong underlying bid. So, again, I'm neutral here till we see a little bit more evidence, but very good price action here. And buying the dip paid off last week, mega gains really across the board here. So, good day, good week, and just adding to that very good year. But in any case, triple Qs here. Again, big level coming up with that trend line. And 50% fib retrace too. And then, obviously we looked at the SPX, the 618's right above that. All right, Russell 2000 here. Good move. So trying to get a zigzag up. I would have preferred if it closed above the high from the 7th. I don't think we did that. 207. Oh, did we? 207.87 was the close. Yeah, so we just missed it by about 10 cents. But, got a little bit of a bid. Again, 210 is still the level here. In the near term, Dow up 1% on the day. Again, 400 whole round number. That's where that's going to go. You can see the DJI right there is 40K. So we'll see if bears step in there and pull us back. Again, when I say pull back, I'm not necessarily looking for new lows. We could make new lows, but not necessarily looking for that. Just looking for mean reversion here in the short term. Semiconductors, SMH. 236, big move. Again, there's your trend line right there. If we gap up into that, we probably get some selling. All right. Big level. Stocks, same thing. 5,000 whole round number too. So big levels that some of these tech plays are coming into. IGV, look at IGV. I did not think we would get through there with one day. So again, here's a point for the bulls. This is bull market stuff, right? This level should not take one day, right? This should be a multi-day pullback at least, right? It took you 6-7 days to break through that big level, and you tested it 4 times, and you're just able to just get right through it. that's a sign, right? Like that's the sign. That's what I was looking at when I did the video a few weeks ago about why I turned as bullish as I did, as quickly as I did back here, because we spent precisely 2 days, at the 618. Actually, we didn't. We blew through the 618. We went to the 786. We pulled back for a whopping 1 day, and look how much we pulled back. What is it, like 2 points on the SPX, right? So that's kind of bull market stuff, especially with everybody talking about yield curve on inversion and all that stuff. Just a little, food for thought. There's still a lot of resistance in this zone. Don't get me wrong, but it's just very strong to see it get through it like that. DJT here again, outside move up 1% on the day. And again, this is what I meant with the breadth here. It was weak early. We had a good rally, and then everything kind of rolled over. There was a lot of sectors that rolled over. KRE, XHB, XLF, XLE. These all rolled over intraday, but then they came all the way back. So pretty good price action there. This pattern's not bad. And if it works its way back up, it can get back into 15.6, 15.7. So better price action there for the transports here. Now yields, on the other hand, on the weaker side here, the 2-year was down back below 4%, and yield curve starting to curl back up to an unwind. 5s down, 10s and 30s, but there is room for higher lows here. We'll see what CPI gets us. That's kind of the wild card. Does CPI come in warmer than expected, and how's the market react to it? How does it react? Is it really warm? I think that would be a negative, but slightly warmer than expected would probably be a positive, right? The market wants to see yields start to slow down and maybe just kind of firm up a little bit. It does not want to see yields crashing with the data going down. So if we put in a higher low here, that's not a bad thing on the 10-year. So we'll be watching that obviously tomorrow, and obviously it'll all be determined tomorrow. We'll see. XHB up 2%. Again, back above 110 gets interesting, and if it can hold, especially above that pivot 111.32, then you got the gap fill up there. Again, remember, daily chart inside bar or big breakup bar failure, but the weekly, it never never did any damage, right? You've been above the 20-week moving average here on this little dip, so that's your positive, and bulls have a chance to follow that through here. A VNQ been one of the strongest sectors again, but it was weak earlier, right? Like a lot of things, it gap and crapped or tried to, and then it rallied right back. So VNQ is really strong. You actually have kind of a bull inside bar there. That can make new 52-week highs that the bulls can control. XLF up 35 cents. So good move there. Still resistance up here, with this breakdown. A good rally. KRE trying to zigzag, right? We talked about that yesterday. Up move, sideways. So it can try to get a zigzag here, but you got to clear this 54 handle. If this reverses, though, and goes higher, that'll help out the IWM a lot. KBE up 60 cents, same pattern. Broker dealers up nicely. It's back. It's into that 640 level. Next level is 650. So a lot of things just V-shaping here. No pullbacks, though, and that's kind of why I'm expecting maybe a dip here. But good day for bulls, and we'll see if they can keep it going. Oil here, again, negative, down 2%. So 80 handle acting as resistance. We'll see what it does tomorrow. This has just been in a range for a while. So I have not done anything with it. XLE was down quite a bit here, down 1% on the day. This was really the only sector. Yeah, look at this is it. This is the only sector that was really red all day. But not terrible. I mean, you got room for a higher low right now. So does XOP. It's had a really good V shape off the lows too. Then OIH, this is weak. So disappointing. I still think energy and commodities are a very interesting trade right now with how short hedge funds are. Especially going into CPI. This is why I keep talking about how if CPI comes in warm, because it seems to me the market is expecting CPI to crash again. And if it doesn't, or if it just comes in like Goldilocks or slightly cooler than expected, You could see a lot of hedging and a lot of unwind there. But anyway, CCJ up 13 cents. That still, I think, wants to retest 42. NM, 43, 43.50. And NJ 20 to 20.50. Nat gas down a little bit today, gave back some of those gains. This has room for higher lows now, though, finally. So I think nat gas is starting to get interesting. This may have bottomed for the year, at least going into November. So I think this could start to rally into the fall. But right now, it held 215 on a retest. And there is room for higher lows here. Got to get through 230, and then you can work your way back to 240. Dollar index basically crashing today. So again, still room for a higher low here, but did this just price in CPI? That's my question. So dollar down 51 basis points, big move for the DXY, JPY, or dollar JPY not doing anything. I still think that wants to go retest 150. Gold continues to march higher, no problems here. And I think gold has like a double tailwind, because even if you get a cold CPI, that prices in rate cuts faster. If you get a hot CPI, it's kind of like, it's almost like an instability play. So gold, I think, will do very well here. I think dips can just be bought, really. Same thing with silver, although silver has a little bit the industrial demand, but it's so heavily shorted, I think it's attractive, personally. And not bad price action today with the inside hammer. Platinum, again, big bear move, but no follow through. If you can work your way back these moving averages and above that red bar, it could squeeze up. So platinum hanging in there, okay. Palladium, good move today too. Maybe a false breakdown there a week ago, like we talked about. Copper is holding up nicely. Inside hammer trying to break above this falling wedge. I do have buy signals on this finally, just so you guys know. But this looks pretty good here. I think this is putting in a low, and I think hedge funds are way off sides here. So I'm keeping a close eye on a lot of commodities here. I think that even if we get a cool CPI, I think a lot of it's priced in, especially in the commodity space. Bitcoin having a good day. It did come off the highs, though. Had a nice, really good outside move around lunchtime, and it is off the highs now. But again, it's starting to turn into, I talked about this yesterday, but it's starting to firm up more like a bull flag. Bullish inside bar. I prefer it to be above the moving averages. It's not, but that's okay. The overall trend is still good on it, on the weekly, and I think it's still pretty healthy. But your obvious resistance is right here, still right there. No changes with that. And it may even coincide with that trend line there at some point. But again, the clock's ticking, if you ask me. This monthly candle is pretty good too. But the clock's ticking on this 20 MA. Next month it's probably going to be like right there. That's basically caught up to price, So I don't think it's going to take too much longer. So we'll see, but it's acting well. All right. Yeah, so we'll see what we get tomorrow. CPI is going to be in play. And you can see E-mini there testing the 50 MA or the 20 MA. That's where we stalled out. This is a big breakdown area, right? This is where we broke down from. So I just don't think we're going to be able to just knife through this like it's nothing. So I'd imagine some sort of mean reversion here. But I've been surprised before. I was surprised today. I don't think anybody had this penciled in today, and that's probably why it happened. But yeah, good move here for the markets. And now it's kind of getting down to the moment of truth here pretty soon. Are the bears lurking? Are they waiting up here? And do they make a move? But again, even if they do make a move, I don't expect us to have a breakdown or anything. With OPEX being Friday. After that, gloves are off. But right now, good move here for the markets. Target's been hit, at least for a retrace. You guys know the 618 sitting above that, so that'll be a level to watch too. And again, keep an eye on that triple Q's trend line there with the NASDAQ NQ right there as well. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun here, a lot of volatility back in the markets, and it makes good for trading. So I like the environment right now. So anyways, guys, kind of wrapped up here. You guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.